We've been having some issues about people having difficulty accessing Google documents that have been sent to them in their regular email. They click the link, and even though they're signed on, they're told that they cannot get access to the document. The reason that this happens in many cases is because the default browser for your computer is different than the browser that you're signed into your Google account with. So when you click the link, it opens in a new browser in which you're not signed in, and you don't have access to the document. So I'd like to do a real quick show to those folks who are interested in how to change your default browser. The other way you can do this, of course, is copy and paste the link into the browser that you are signed into. But I thought it was a good opportunity to maybe talk a little bit about your default browsers. Now, default browser is the one that opens when you click a link that takes you to somewhere on the internet, and it's usually Internet Explorer if you've got Windows going originally, or if you're on a Chromebook, your default browser is always going to be Chrome. There's no changing that, because Chrome is the actual operating system of Chromebook. But for those people on Windows machines, then this is something that you might be interested in. There's a couple of different ways we can do this. For instance, let's first take a look at Chrome. If we want to make Chrome our default browser, here's your Chrome browser window, and we're going to go to these three little dots up here in the corner. I don't know if you see this or not, but these three little dots in the corner, these are like called the ice cream cone, or there's a lot of little names for them. But you want to click there, and you want to go to Settings. Now what you should see in here is right about here, default browser. Now my default browser is Chrome, so there's nothing to click here, but if your default browser is not Chrome, then you're going to have an option to click there and change your default browser to Chrome. Now let's say you prefer Firefox and you want to change your default browser to Firefox. Then open Firefox, you go to these three little lines, and believe it or not, they call this the hamburger. You're going to click here, and you're going to go to Options. And in Options, you've got this little sign here, Firefox is not your default browser, make default. You're going to click there. In Internet Explorer, or if you're running Windows 10, Internet Edge, you've got the three little dots here, take you to Settings. And right here, you've got Change My Default Browser. This is it. This is in the Edge browser. In Internet Explorer, I know there's a lot of these, right? In Internet Explorer, I'm going to click the little gear right there. I'm going to go to Internet Options, and the top tab is Programs. And you're going to have an option here to make Internet Explorer your default browser. So that's how to make the jump from the browsers. Now there's another option. If you're running Windows 10, I'm going to show you an easy way to do it as well. If you're running Windows 10, you want to click the little Windows tab in the lower left corner, and you just want to start typing default, default. It'll take you to a link, default app settings, and here's a place where then you can choose your default apps for certain types of commands. You go to web browser, you click, and it gives you an option to pick any of these browsers that you have installed on your machine as the default browser for a link that you might click. I hope that helps. If you have any other questions, feel free to give me a call.